I'm going to teach you how to build your first AI employee for your residential construction business. It reads every single email you got today, files every decision you made by project, and has answers ready before you even ask. And I'm going to show you exactly how to build it as a non-technical person. Here's exactly the problem that it solves. Your inbox has every single decision that you've ever made on a project, and you can't find any of those decisions, or finding those decisions takes a very long time. Last Tuesday on one of your jobs, 5 different subs most likely emailed you within the same 6-hour window. Dan from Cabinets needs a crown molding before he can start cutting wood. The Tyler told you the master bath tile is back ordered 3 weeks. Mike from Painting needs 6 different sheen confirmations. And of course, the homeowner weighs in asking you to take the alternative tile as long as it doesn't mess up the schedule. So the answer to every single one of those questions either lies in an email, a PDF, a contract, a text message, which take forever to find. So I built an AI employee that fixes this. So instead of having to manually search through mountains of emails, PDFs, and web pages, you can simply use your voice to direct this employee to do it for you. And the best part is I built it so whether or not you're on site, in your truck, or in the actual back office, you can use this employee to make damn sure you are not the bottleneck in your projects. My name is Aidan Finnegan, and I'm the founder of Opulence AI. For the past year and a half, my team and I have been helping specifically residential construction firms adopt and leverage AI into their construction businesses. With all that being said, let me teach you how to build Cadwell, which is your first AI employee hire. Real quick, before I show anything, I think it's really important to take the time to define what I'm talking about. What is an AI employee? It's something that is brand new and hard to understand, and how does it actually help you as a contractor? So an AI employee consists of 3 simple things: where it exists, what it knows, and how you talk to it. So first of all, where it lives. An employee that works for you doesn't work off of your own laptop. They have a desk, they have their own computer, their entire own setup. And that is the same exact thing that's happening here. The employee has its own virtual computer that's hosted in the cloud. It lives off in some computer in a server farm off in Utah, and that's how it's able to actually work and stay on 24/7. So this is important because the way that contractors and people are used to interacting with AI is where it is only on as you're observing it and talking to it. So think of the way you use ChatGPT or Claude or any other chatbot. It only interacts with your life when you go and initiate the conversation and send a message off. This is fundamentally different. What's happening here is this agent is on 24/7. It's awake at 2 a.m. It's monitoring your schedules, and it has the ability to actually message you and prompt you into existence based off criteria that you set. The second thing, which is one of the most important things, is what it knows. I think a really good analogy is just normal employees or project managers that you might hire. Day one, when you are onboarding a new project manager, they're not necessarily as useful as they are in a year or 2 years. Well, why is that? A project manager went through school, has probably run projects before, maybe ran their own company. But what makes the difference between a project manager on day one useful versus a project manager useful a year in? It's what they learn about your business throughout that year. It's the context that they know and the workflows and how to deal with you and work with you that make them a part of the team. So ChatGPT and Claude are like smart strangers. They're like 10-second Tom from 50 First Dates. Yeah, 50 First Dates. If you haven't set up a structured knowledge base for the agent, every single conversation you have with ChatGPT or Claude, it's day one. You have to re-explain the context of your business. Maybe you have a couple docs. So we actually fix that by giving an AI employee a workspace. We call that workspace a context operating system. And I know it sounds super fancy, but what it actually is just a system of folders and files that the agent can interact with. And these folders and files represent your company, your project, you as a person. It gives the agent full context. So whenever you are speaking to it, it natively understands what you're talking about, or it can go find the things that it needs to understand. I want you to imagine this folder and files like your file explorer on your computer, or like your Google Drive. Google Drive just stores files and folders infinitely so. Same thing with your computer. These folders contain every project, contract, change order, notes about clients, preferences that you have. And the true power of the context operating system paired with this employee is that it only grows the more you talk to it and the more you use it. It understands your business and finally has a structured way to learn about your business. So it will only get better over time as you continue to use it. So third, the final thing that creates an AI employee is how you talk to it. There are many different ways to reach this employee, just like there are many different ways to reach your existing employees. You can email them, you can message them on Slack, text message, call them. All the same rules apply with this AI intelligence. In the field, you might use an app such as Telegram, which is essentially a texting service that allows super easy native access for AI to respond back to you. In the video, we're going to be setting up Telegram, so you'll learn more about it as we progress. You can give your AI agent a phone number, so you can literally call it or text it, or have it call or text people on your behalf. But interacting with your AI agent in the back office is where it gets a little bit more interesting, a little bit more difficult. I'm guessing many of you are used to using ChatGPT. That is an incredible way to visualize and see the agent doing work on your behalf. But what's hard about construction is there are 4 or 5 different dashboards that actually visualize your projects, whether it's your Gantt schedules, whether it's your bids, whether it's your budgeting. ChatGPT and Claude don't natively support that. So on one hand, you have a super great dashboard that maybe you like, which is in JobTread or Builder-Trend or Procore or something like that. And on the other end, there is a ChatGPT window or Claude window that is simply a one-way chat interface to where you can ask it direct questions and it can output a bunch of words for you, but it doesn't feel natively integrated into a dashboard or a tool that actually visualizes your entire workflow. So we have a shameless plug here. That is exactly what we are working on building at Opulence, which is a dashboard to visualize residential construction, but have AI natively integrated into it that allows you to message your AI employees, but then also gives AI employees the ability to interact with different charts, to interact with different schedules, to show the work that they are taking on your behalf. So with all that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and show you what this employee can do to take work off of your projects. Stick around for the tutorial at the end because you're going to learn exactly how to build this for your business, and you're going to learn so much about how to leverage AI to do work on your behalf and make you a more efficient builder and a builder that has more bandwidth to take on more projects. All right, so here is the Google Drive that the agent is actually reading and has access to. So inside this Google Drive, we have 6 different projects that are ongoing. We have the Cedar Bluff custom homes. We have some bathroom and kitchen remodels. All of these are residential projects. And within each project, we have inspection reports, lien releases, permits, different contracts, and schedules themselves. We also have the whole master schedule that visualizes every single project together. But what's important to see here is that using this Google Drive, I've actually established a structure for all of my construction data. Now, this Google Drive workspace and this Gmail workspace are not the exact same thing that your AI agent lives in. And this is what we're going to build in this video. This is actually what the context operating system looks like. Now, what we're looking at is what's called Visual Studio Code, and it is the way to visualize your folders and files. But what's really cool is inside the context operating system that we're going to build, it auto syncs and essentially duplicates your Google workspace in the same exact way. So as you can see, if we open up our workspace, we have the Opulence Custom Home Schedules folder, and we have the Cedar Bluff home, change orders, invoices, the contracts, and then the schedule CSVs. We have the same thing for every single project. Now, why would we actually go and essentially duplicate the workspace from the Google Drive to a VS Code or this kind of folder structure? The first reason is this is native to how AI agents understand and read data. They live in these types of what are called markdown files, which you can think of just condensed Google Docs and CSV sheets. It makes it really easy for them to look at all of this data that's just on hand rather than having to reach a hand out to get to the Google Drive or reach a hand out to get to any other external data sources. We like to keep it all condensed into one place as best as we can. And now the second reason is for what's called token efficiency or token cost. You can think of tokens as the meter that we use to price AI agents' intelligence. A token is roughly one word of thinking on an agent cost money. In order to process something like a PDF or a Google Doc or something like this, it takes a lot more tokens than it does to process something that is in this markdown format. So if we have a workspace that is set up to auto-convert all PDFs and other large images and stuff like that to just Word-based forms or markdown forms, it becomes a lot less expensive for your AI employees to live and still do that same exact work. So we're saving money here. If you are a residential contractor and you are curious about AI and workflows and how it actually can bring value to your business and make your life easier, that is exactly what Opulence AI and my team is here to help you with. We have industry experts on the team who know how to successfully scale contracting businesses and have done it many, many times over, as well has expertise on the team that knows how to apply this brand new tech to those traditional systems to make them even easier and really revolutionize the industries. If you don't want to get left behind, you can go ahead and set up a discovery call with us. It's super low stakes, and all we are there to do is be a resource and answer questions and help you start your AI transformation strategy. All right, back to the video. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my phone. I'm going to go to the Telegram app. Now, Telegram is just a simple app that is it's a messaging service, but it's really easy to set up bots. And for our case, it's really easy to create this messaging channel to speak with your AI employees that you create. So as you can see here, I have 4 that are pinned. I have one that actually runs my fitness plan, helps me eat. I have one that runs my financials. And then I have one that directly connects to my own personal workspace that helps me run my jobs, which is creating YouTube videos and delivering on AI systems for builders. So for the sake of this, we are going to be focusing on this Cadwell email agent. The very first thing I want to demo is how you can ask super specific questions about your projects and pull back relevant information on the fly. Hey, can you go ahead and help me remember what faucet did we spec for the Cedar Bluff kitchen remodel? I'm with the client now. I need to send them an email. So we're going to ask that question. It's going to go to our agent up here, and it is going to go and read through. And look at that. It's super quick. So it could just say, hey, the Kohler Pierce K705 pull down, vibrant brush, modern brass. Want me to send the email right now, or just give me the client's address? I said it was for an email, and if we just want to finish out this example, then let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and just draft up an email and say, this is the faucet, but I also need you to go and tell me what countertops we spec'd and if we have any tiling in the database. So for the countertops, it found the Taj Mahal quartz tile 3 centimeter cloudburst. All looks good. Let's go and review that draft email. Here's a quick summary of the current selections we have on file for the Cedar projects. No kitchen backsplash has been selected yet. Go ahead and just remove that note and the feel free to look up, and then just say, we're still working on locking in our appliances, and you can expect an email by the end of the week where we will tell you what appliances we think would work best. Client's email is it's what I typed in first. And then after you go ahead and send that email, please set a reminder for me by the end of 3 days before I need to send that email out. So what I love about this is I'm just using my voice to narrate. Now, this is on my computer, but the reason it's on my computer is because Telegram, what we are using, works both on computer and phone. And it's just a little bit easier to film natively on my computer, but there's no reason why I can't be talking to the same exact agent, which you can see right here. It syncs perfectly to your phone. So when I'm sending these messages out, imagine you're in your truck and you're asking all of these questions to your agent. It's searching all of your project context. It's setting reminders for you, essentially helping you declutter your mind, sending the email and setting up both reminders. Awesome. So let's go ahead. It says it's doing it simultaneously to save us some time. Once it tells us it's done, we're going to go ahead and check that email. We can go ahead and check it. Bang. Cedar Bluff fixture finish sections. And it set 2 reminders for us that we requested. So the second thing I want to demo is how you can actually take notes from job sites. All right, so I just left the Cedar Bluff project, and it looks like the foundation walls are stripped. The Snoqualmie Valley subcontractors did a super good concrete job, but there's a super small void in the northeast corner of the garage footing, which is about 8 inches of honeycomb. So I need Dave to patch that before the backfill. Also, I'm not sure that you know who Dave is. I don't think we had that added in the database yet. So Dave is with Snoqualmie Valley Concrete, but he is our go-to contact there. So for that project or in our preferred subs list, can you go ahead and add Dave? And his email is dave@concretevalleycontractors.com. There is a new invoice in my inbox, which I think is a lumber invoice. I haven't had time to review it. So if you could just give me the baseline, the facts about it, then that would be super nice. Go ahead and compare it against the contract, see if there's any duplicates or any stuff like that, and make sure it's a grand invoice. And then for Stone Ridge, I need to check where the actual building permit is. So if it's still in plan review, I need to give them a date. So go ahead and search if I have any contacts for that, or go ahead and search my email. So we got is trying to take action. So we have to click always avoid Dave filed the context. So it went ahead and wrote our notes, which to the wrong place in the drive, which is not good. But then Stone Ridge building permit app in plan review with King County submitted May 28th. So that's super cool. It was actually able to find that for us. And permit in hand by July, medium, septic, driveway permits, invoice running now. Here is the Northwest Timber invoice that we asked about. So it found that it was $15,525 due June 28th. Here are the flags that it found. So the vendor's not named in the contract. It maps to framing. So verify the purchase order. It's basically telling us to verify that purchase order ourselves because it couldn't find it, which it doesn't exist. So that's actually true. Now, the last thing I want to demo with the system before we start to actually build it is its ability to create workflows for you. All a workflow is a structured sequence of events for data to follow. For example, invoice comes into Gmail inbox. I want to read that invoice, create summary of that invoice, and send to the contractor. And we can create these workflows just through natural language and talking with our agents. It can build them for us. So I actually already started a workflow. The workflow that we started is an invoice processing workflow. We went ahead and created an invoice, and we have the PDF of that invoice right here, line items. Very nice. Awesome. We love it. We're going to go ahead and send that off. Go. One new invoice detected. So it says it needs review. So it was already processing it in the background, which is super cool. But you can imagine if you're just on your phone, you're going to get a message from Telegram, and it's going to, or whatever way you set up to communicate with your agent. So duplicate found. It found 7 prior emails, Gmail from Wednesday, the vendor. It actually was able to correctly extract that. So it was able to say that there was no existing contracts, which is correct. I think the next natural step of what I would want to do is I would want to go and create a cost code database inside our context operating system. And maybe the next step onto this invoice ingestion pipeline that makes sure each line item has an accurate cost code and a file back to our contract. And maybe we'd want to figure out where that would want to be stored. It's an example of how you can start to create workflows and how this agent can slowly start to do work on your behalf. And a lot of that can exist in email. So let's go ahead and start to build this thing. So I made it super easy for you guys to start building this employee. I went ahead and created a resource that is linked in the description. And here's how you use it. So you're going to go and find this railway.com URL. It's going to be linked in the description. Railway is a service that can easily host these virtual computers and environments that we said the AI employee needs to exist in. So all you need to do is create an account. They have a very generous free tier, so you shouldn't have to pay anything in order to get this deployed. But you will have to create an account once you click that link. But once you do, you'll just click deploy now, deploy to a new project, and you can click configure. And what you need to do here is actually just input all of these 6 keys that are necessary. So first, you're going to just want to go to Groq, console.groq.com. You're going to basically get put into this home screen, and you're going to go click in the top right, click API keys, create API key, name it whatever you want, no expiration, verify you're human, and you'll click create. What's going to happen is it's going to actually go and give you an API key. You're going to copy that and put that right in here. I'm going to paste it there. Then we are going to go to the next one, which is OpenRouter. In OpenRouter, you're going to be placed in a screen like this. You're going to click Get API Key after you log in once again. Now, something to notice for OpenRouter, this is what actually allows you to have an AI intelligence as a brain. So you actually need to go and input money into OpenRouter in order to get any of your models to actually work. So make sure you go and throw in $10 or $5 to start testing. You can basically have access to any different type of model that you want. So we'll go back to API keys. We'll click a new key. Name it Cadwell agent or something you will remember. And then you'll go and click create. Like again, I already have this API key, so I don't need to do that. You'll go back to the screen and then paste in your OpenRouter key. Just pasting in some random numbers. The actual keys can be a little bit longer than this. The next thing we're going to want to do is do our code server password. This one can be any string of numbers you want. This is just to get to a website that only you will have access to. So I just kind of do a random string of numbers like that. I click Control A and copy that or paste it somewhere because we'll need that a little bit later. And then we need to get our 3 different Telegram numbers or IDs. Now it's actually really only 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Telegram and you're going to download the app. We're going to go and click the search and you're going to look up user info. Now, after you just click /start on user info, it's going to input and give you this ID. So you're going to copy that ID and you're going to paste that ID inside the Telegram home channel, this is a random string of numbers again, you'll paste your actual ID, and inside the Telegram allowed users. These two variables need to be the exact same. Now, the final thing we're going to need is the bot token. So we need to go and create the actual bot in Telegram. So let's open Telegram back up. You're going to search for something called the bot father. There it is. It's going to look like a mafia boss. You're going to click on the bot father and you're going to type /new bot. It's going to say, all right, what do you want to call your new bot? We're going to say Cadwell V3. Awesome. Let's give it an actual username now, which is different than just its display name. Cadwell bot, Cadwell3 bot. Awesome. Now we have that bot created. This is our access token for it. So let's first just go and copy that into the Telegram bot token. And then what we are going to do is go back to Telegram. We are going to click this URL, click start. And that's what we need to do for Telegram for now. So we have all of our keys inside. We're going to click save config and deploy. Now, what we are going to do is wait for it to actually deploy, and we will pick up once it actually deploys. Awesome. Looks like it's connected. So next, what we have to do is we're going to go to settings, and we're going to go down here to this networking, and we want to generate a domain. When we create this port, it's really important that we go ahead and click 8080. This is the port that we need this app to listen on, because this is how I set it up in the fancy code in the backend. So you're going to type in 8080 for what port is listening on. Update. Awesome. That should be all good. We're probably going to have to wait for it to load and rebuild before we can actually access this domain. So we're going to wait till it's fully redeployed. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go ahead and type in our password. And just like that, you are in. So what happens? We actually get set up into a workspace. And this is VS Code. The very first step that you need to do is go click settings, go to themes, color theme, and please get that off white. It's awful. We're going to go down back to VS Code, and it is what we need to do is click /set home. Home channel has been set, and now when we speak to this agent, it's going to talk back. Yo, yo, yo. I don't like how long it's taking. So here, I'm going to do /model, and this is going to allow me to switch it. We're going to go to Claude Opus 4.8 fast, just because it's awesome, super expensive. Love that. But we're not done yet, because we need to go ahead and get this agent access to our Google, our Gmail, and our Google Drive. So essentially what we need to do is we need to now go to Google Cloud Console. And this is going to be super intimidating, and you're going to hate it. So yeah, I hate it every time I go there. Make sure you are on the right account. You're the right account. You got to type in your password. Okay, we are inside the Cloud Console. And now essentially what this is how we create the tools for AI and other code stuff to reach and connect with your entire Google workspace and anything that has to do with Google. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go to APIs and services. When you click that sidebar, let me go ahead and move my face over. Click the sidebar, click APIs and services, and click credentials. We're going to go and click create credentials, OAuth client ID, click application type, web application, name it something professional. Now it auto is going to just give us these credentials. What I do is I just copy and paste this entire thing. Just keep that on your clipboard. Let's just get rid of that, because we also have to now go back into there. And we have to click a authorized redirect URL. So in order to just put something that will work, just do HTTPS or HTTP //localhost 8080. So that was the port that we built into our server. Don't got to think anything more of it than that. Click save. Awesome. Now the very last thing you need to do is we need to go to this search panel and look up Gmail. The Gmail API, I've already enabled it for me, but you're going to click enable on this. And then we're going to go to the Google Drive. We're going to click the Google Drive API, and then you're going to click enable as well, which I have already done for this Google Workspace. That is everything you need to do inside the Google Cloud Console. We're going to go to Telegram and just say, I would like to set up an OAuth connection to my Google Gmail and Google Drive. This is the Aidan at Opulence store Gmail, and here are the OAuth info details. So get that in there and then just paste in that entire client ID with the secret. What it's going to do is it's going to work on creating everything it needs to. It's going to create a URL, and you're going to go to that URL. You're going to sign in with your own account, and then you are going to have a blessed day because your email employee is now going to be able to actually read your emails. So it's installing dependencies. You might have to wait a bit because this is just first setting up stuff. Always allow. Awesome. Popped it up. Let's go ahead and click that URL. Okay, so it's signed in with the wrong, it has a redirect URI mismatch. After some trial and error with the agent, we finally just got it. It's going to tell you a bunch of random things, but at the end of the day, the things that you need to make sure that are aligned is in the Google Cloud Console, making sure that this is either localhost or localhost 8080. And then making sure that agent just knows what that current port is. And then if it continues to create URLs that aren't getting you authenticated, that aren't sending you to this screen, then just tell it you are the problem and you need to fix the URL until it works. So once you get to that screen, you click Control Copy C on that. Then we're going to paste that entire URL here, and this is what's going to become a key and will grant us access. So it's working on exchanging it for a token. So these refresh tokens refresh every week or so. So if your agent is failing to have access to your drive or something like that, then you just have to go through this refresh OAuth flow again. This is the easiest way to just set up connection and establish this connection between your AI employee and your Google Workspace. We now have an agent that is able to access our emails and our Google Drive. As you saw with the examples before, the way that you get this employee to be useful is by talking to it and setting up different workflows just by you talking to it. The last thing I'll leave you here with is in this URL here, you should start to really think about the structure of folders and files that best represent a construction project. Right here, at the time of filming this video, I actually don't like the way this workspace displays folders and files. So by the time this YouTube video comes out, this will be the structure of the context operating system. It establishes a connection and a relationship and a hierarchy between organizations, companies, projects, and then those entities within those projects as invoices, change orders, subs, and all those things. So that will ship natively with the context operating system. If you follow this tutorial, you should be able to get this set up and start to populate your own context operating system and use this employee to take work off. That will be it for this video. I would love to hear any workflows or other integrations you would like to see. Google and Gmail are just the most basic integrations we have, but with construction, there are so many other softwares we can integrate with. There are so many other workflows we can build now that you understand what an AI employee is, so you can expect so much more to come. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.